Have you ever thought about what you'd do if an apocalypse struck right now? What's the first thing that comes to mind? Survival, right? And how do we survive? Food. Today, I'll walk you through 11 incredible foods that might never expire. Okay, maybe not 1,000 years, but definitely long enough to outlast us. These are the ultimate stockpile heroes for your doomsday stash. Let's dive in. We have salt, sugar, and honey, the most basic ingredients we all know and love. Sugar, salt, and honey aren't just there to enlighten your taste buds. They're secret survival superheroes. These three pantry staples have been keeping people fed for centuries, and they have some amazing shelf life powers. Let's start with sugar. You might think it just makes things sweet, but sugar is actually a fantastic preservative. It can last forever if stored correctly, dry, sealed, and free from moisture. It's not just for desserts. Sugar helps preserve fruits and even meats, which makes it a must-have in an emergency pantry. Plus, it can be used for all sorts of cooking adventures. Then there's salt, a timeless food preservative. Salt doesn't spoil, and its ability to stop bacteria from growing makes it an essential item to keep around. People have been using it to preserve fish, meats, and veggies for thousands of years. You can't have too much salt in your stockpile. Lastly, we have honey, the ultimate sweet treat. Honey is one of the few foods that never goes bad. Did you know there's a food that's been found in ancient tombs, still perfectly edible after thousands of years? What could possibly last that long without spoiling? The answer lies in honey. Its magic comes from its low moisture content and natural preservatives, which keeps it fresh forever. Nature's very own time capsule. Number 10. On number 10, we have cooking oil. Yeah, right, cooking oil. The one that you would have never guessed. Cooking oil might seem like a simple kitchen ingredient, but it's a stockpile hero that can keep your meals going strong in times of need. Why, you ask? Cooking oils, especially ones like vegetable oil and canola oil, can last for years if stored properly. These oils are high in fat, which helps them maintain their stability and extend their shelf life, especially when kept in a cool, dark place. Whether you're frying, sautéing, or baking, cooking oil is essential for preparing meals quickly and easily. But it's not just about cooking. Oils can be a great emergency food source. They're dense in calories, which can keep you fueled when fresh food is hard to come by. Olive oil, for example, is not only delicious, but also rich in heart-healthy fats. It's one of the longest-lasting oils, sometimes lasting up to 2 years if sealed tightly and stored correctly. Even coconut oil, which has a unique tropical flavor, can last for a long time due to its high saturated fat content. Number 9. Next up, we have white rice, a pantry staple in almost every household and has an impressive shelf life when stored properly. Its longevity stems from the milling process, which removes the bran and germ layers, leaving a polished grain that resists spoilage. Do you know how long you can keep this white rice? When stored in airtight containers in a cool, dry environment, white rice can last indefinitely. Yes, even decades, if kept away from moisture, heat, and pests. Its low oil content means there's little chance of it going rancid compared to brown rice, which has a shorter shelf life due to its higher oil content. However, long-term storage requires attention. Oxygen absorbers or vacuum sealing can further extend its viability. Number 8. Pasta and noodles. Two pantry staples that are quick, comforting, and incredibly versatile. Pasta, a symbol of Italian cuisine, is made from durum wheat semolina, which gives it that firm texture when cooked. Its shelf life is impressive. Properly stored, dry pasta can last up to 2 years. This longevity is all thanks to its low moisture content, which prevents bacterial growth. Meanwhile, noodles' shelf life varies. Dried noodles can also last years if kept in a cool, dry place. What makes these carb-loaded goodies so fascinating is their cultural significance. From spaghetti nights to ramen cravings, pasta and noodles unite foodies across the globe, and their adaptability? Unmatched. Number 7. Canned meats, a story of convenience, protein, and survival, all wrapped up in a shiny tin can. Canned meats aren't just tasty, they're durable. Thanks to the pressure canning process, meats like chicken, beef, and even ham can last anywhere from 2 to 10 years if stored properly in a cool, dark place. That's right, these protein-packed heroes can survive even longer than some friendships. Fancy something fishy? Canned tuna and salmon will stick around for 3 to 5 years, too. Number 6. On number 6, we have canned fruits and vegetables that are little treasures hidden in your pantry. They're convenient, last for ages, and still pack a nutritional punch. While fresh produce is often ideal, canned options retain essential vitamins and minerals, making them a fantastic backup when fresh items aren't available. Do you know the shelf life of canned goods depends on the acidity of the food? High-acid options like pineapple and tomatoes can last up to 2 years, while low-acid ones, like green beans, can stay fresh for up to 5 years. Just keep them in a cool, dry place away from dents or rust, because damaged cans might mean trouble. Number 5. Oats. Those humble little grains are more than just breakfast material. They're a pantry powerhouse. Known for their long shelf life, oats can stay fresh for up to 2 years if stored in a cool, dry place in an airtight container. If you vacuum seal them or store them in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, they can last 20 to 30 years. They're low in moisture and packed with natural oils that resist spoilage. Pro tip: always keep them away from heat, light, and moisture to prevent them from going rancid. Number 4. Going on to our number 4, we have powdered milk, which might just be the unsung hero of your pantry. Why? Because it lasts forever. Well, not literally forever, but up to 20 years if stored in airtight containers in a cool, dry place. So, you could be sipping on a glass of milk from your stockpile even decades after you bought it. It's the perfect food for your survival stash. Powdered milk is made by evaporating water from regular milk, leaving behind the dry, nutrient-packed powder. The removal of moisture helps keep bacteria and mold away, which is the real key to its long shelf life. Plus, it's full of protein and calcium, making it a nutritious addition to your pantry. Number 3. Beans. These are little wonders that pack a punch in both nutrition and longevity. If you've ever thought about stockpiling food, beans should be at the top of your list. Because beans can last for years, sometimes up to 30 years. That's decades of healthy meals right there. Beans come in all sorts of varieties. Each one has a different flavor, but they all have one thing in common. They're packed with protein, fiber, and essential nutrients, making them perfect for a balanced diet. But what makes beans last so long? It's the fact that they're dried. The drying process removes moisture, which helps prevent bacteria and mold from growing. As long as you keep them sealed and safe from moisture, beans can stay fresh and ready to cook for years. So, whether you're preparing for a disaster or just stocking up for convenience, beans will always be there. A long-lasting, nutritious, and oh so tasty meal. Number 2. Alcohol and wine are not just for celebrations. They're also pantry essentials that can last a long time. Believe it or not, properly stored alcohol and wine can survive for years, even decades, thanks to their high alcohol content and preservation qualities. You might have heard about the fact that the older they are, the better they taste. Alcohol, like whiskey, vodka, and rum, has an indefinite shelf life when stored in sealed bottles in a cool, dark place. The alcohol acts as a natural preservative, keeping the drink from going bad. As long as the bottle stays sealed, it'll be just as good for years to come. Now, what about wine? While it might not last forever like hard liquor, wine can age beautifully if stored properly. Some wines can last decades, becoming richer and more complex over time. Just make sure to store them on their side in a cool, dark, and stable place. That's the secret to preserving their flavor and keeping them in top condition. Alcohol and wine also have practical uses beyond drinking. They can be used in cooking, as natural disinfectants, and even as a bartering tool in tough times. So whether you're stocking up for the long haul or just because, alcohol and wine are your multi-purpose, long-lasting friends. Getting on to our last and probably the best out of all. Any guesses you have for our number one food? Number one, chocolates. All right, let's talk about chocolates. Dark chocolate can last up to 2 years if stored properly in a cool, dark spot between 60 degrees Fahrenheit and 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Ever notice white spots or streaks on old chocolate? That's called bloom, and it happens when cocoa butter or sugar rises to the surface due to heat or moisture. Fun fact, chocolate doesn't really expire in a dangerous way. It just loses flavor and texture over time. If you're in a hot and humid environment, consider refrigerating your chocolate, but wrap it tightly to avoid it absorbing odors from other foods. Alternatively, freeze it. Chocolate kept frozen at 0 degree Fahrenheit can stay good indefinitely, though its quality is best within 2 years. So, what's your favorite stockpiling food now? How many of these do you already have in your pantry? Remember, with the right foods, you can be prepared for just about anything. It's all about being smart and ready. Who knew beans and honey could be your best friends? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to check out our other videos on the channel. Thanks for watching.